Hello and welcome to Meet the Teacher. I'm Mrs. Bombardella. I am the advanced and tag pre-calculus teacher, one of them here at Cedar Ridge High School. I also teach geometry. A lot of I let the students just call me Mrs. B if this name is too intimidating for people. I understand. So just a little bit about myself. I have a degree from the University of Oklahoma in electrical engineering. My first job when I got out, I worked for the United States Army. I worked as a civilian, as an electronics engineer. At that time, I did some pretty interesting work. It was the infancy days of artificial intelligence, so I worked with that. At the time, I also worked with some drones and some other interesting things. So then I met and married my husband, who took me to Europe. This is the country of Luxembourg, which is very tiny, sandwiched in between Germany, France, and Belgium. Lived there for 23 years, and I was very happy to come back about, like 9 years ago. I came back and moved back to my home state of Texas here, where my family's from. Very happy to be back here. And here's a picture of my family on vacation. I have twins, Mark and Sasha, right here. Sasha is going to Texas A&M, and Mark is going to Texas Tech right here. So Cedar Ridge statement here: live with integrity, act with compassion, strive for excellence. So here's just some things about pre-calculus that you can find in Schoology. One thing I would like to talk about is this, Math Excel. It's our online homework. It's something we've been actually doing for a couple of years, so this is not new to the virtual world that we're living in. It is kind of a pain in the beginning for students because you got to get used to the way that it is asking for the formatting of the answers. So that kind of drives them a little bit bonkers in the very beginning, but they get used to it pretty quickly. And it's actually quite good because it gives them some tutorial assistance, and it also kind of randomizes some of the questions, so it ensures that they're really grasping the material in a very thorough way. Okay, let me just show you Schoology right now. I'm going to exit out of this for a second and go to Schoology. So let me go to one of my courses here. I'll just go to my 4th period class here. So this is to show you what it looks like. Here's my 4th period. They have a menu bar. They should have, this is the teacher tab, so I'm not sure. The students should have something similar like this with their materials, the grade book there. So here in the first folder, that's all my materials. I have some links for Google Meet, so you can just, open or close the folder, open this up, and you can find the code for the Google Meets in there. Down here, I have, this is my little, information slide. So I usually have students check in at some time during the day. Here's my email address if you need it right down here, and my website. This is very useful. Not very many students. I made this nice website, and it's got a wealth of information in it. Here's my email again. This is my room number if we ever get back to face-to-face, and my phone number extension. And up here in the top right, I have my page for Tag Advanced Pre-Calculus. So what's good about this, let me get this bar going down here, is I have folders. I have a directory with all my folders of every single unit that we do in here. And if you click on the folder, right now we're doing polynomials, click on that, and there's all of these notes and interesting things that I have in here, like review and all kinds of stuff in there. Here's our notes from day 1 of this unit. Open that up, there's my notes right there. Okay, so this should be things that the students are familiar with. We've been talking about this all the time: polynomial degree, how to make zeros, x-intercepts, how to make a linear factor, all of these things, multiplicity of factors. All of these things are in here for your student, even an odd degree and behavior. All of this is in here for them to look at. It's all there. They can take a look at any of those. So I'll go back now to Schoology. So that's, linked on my information page right there. So they can just click on that if they need to go there. Here's some Math Excel information, how to log on. Thankfully, I think almost everybody is on there at this point. We had some difficulties in the beginning, but I think that's working. Here's current Math Excel assignments. Current unit right here. This is last unit. And then I can close that folder up. Here's my syllabus if you want to look at that. Here's our current unit. I usually put some learning targets on there, everything that we're going to cover. Open that up. And what you see is what's in the unit. My videos, I've been having some issues with them. I have a couple are having audio problems. I've got the technical people working on that, but hopefully that'll be done soon. Math Excel for this unit, and day by day, right? A day, B days going on here. Here's our most recent right here. And usually what I have been doing is putting the quizzes and tests in yellow. So that's easily identifiable if they need to make something like that. Here's test folder here for that one, for that past unit. Okay. So there we have Schoology. Okay. And then I have one more thing over here I'd just like to mention. If you need to look and find out what is missing from your classes, what I would suggest is going to your gradebook. So let me go to another course real quickly. I'll just go to my test course, where it's like my test environment here, where I just try out all my assignments in here. If you go to the gradebook, I don't have any students in here because I'm just like creating and playing around with stuff in here. But this is just to show you the student name should be here. Of course, this is my teacher view. Okay. But look, this is what I want to show you. If they have like a grade that's like not good or failing or missing, or you want to know what you got on a test or homework or whatever it is, you can go in here. But if it's missing for sure, look, these are all linkable. You can go and just click directly, say, oh, I was out that day. I didn't have my end behavior assignment. Just click on it and you can go to the assignment and just do it. Okay, so you don't have to hunt and peck around in the, here it is. I can make another, okay, got that, okay. Do the homework in there. So anyway, that's just going to the gradebook is a great way to see in Schoology, because all the assignments are linked on there. And you can just go directly to that. Okay, so now back to the slideshow. So I did talk about Math Excel. Again, this is something that's really current in universities right now. A lot of them are using this, so this is a good experience for the students. And again, quizzes and tests should be in yellow folders. Here, this slide is packed with information. First of all, here are all the topics that we would like to cover during the year. We've already done piecewise and power functions. Right now we're at the end of polynomials and we're going into rationals next. Then we'll get into some composition of functions and inverse functions. And here is the meat of the class right here. This right here, this section, trigonometry, right triangle and applications, unit circle, periodic functions, trig functions, graphing, trig functions, and identities, this is the nemesis of many people right here. This is trig proofs. So a lot of students don't like this very well, but it's a good unit right here. And then we get all this other content in here, which PreCal is kind of a dumping ground from a lot of math because all the things that maybe they weren't able to cover properly in like Algebra 2 or other classes before, they throw it into PreCal because it's important, it's good information. They didn't quite know where to put it, but the good news is, like, there are a lot of commonalities between a lot of these topics in here, and that's nice to see. Uh, Connect the dots between all these different ways of viewing the world here, like polar coordinates or something. It's very interesting. That's one reason I really love PreCal. Is one way. This is the first time a lot of this math has been pulled together into one class. So it's kind of we're pulling all of this information together and finding instead of all the puzzle pieces, they're coming together as one picture here. So I really do like this about this class. So that being said, this is a college prep course. That's the number one thing I want to say. A lot of students, when they get in here, hit a wall. These are usually talented math students, and they're used to kind of paying attention in class and passing their tests just from, just paying attention and being talented with math a bit. But this is a class where you might, for the first time, be actually stretched, to have to work a little bit and think a little bit more than what you're used to. That is not a bad thing. It's a good thing for a lot of you. But some people don't like it because you're used to just kind of sitting back and not doing too much and passing. But this thing right here, this is what gets you in trouble here, okay? A lot of students think, oh, it's only 10%. I don't need to do that. I can just like coast and then, I'll just pass the test and the quiz and I'll be good. I'll be fine. But I'm here to tell you that when I look at my grade books over the past years that I've been teaching this, I have a group of students down here, and then I have a group, usually much larger, thankfully, up here. And I can tell by looking at my grade book that the students who are not doing well are the ones that are not doing homework. This class will swamp you. If you don't do your homework, all of a sudden you start getting into these challenging topics here. This is kind of review-ish. They've done some of this in Algebra 2, but they'll get into here and it's gonna start become challenging because it's new and they haven't seen it, and we're putting a lot of material together at once here. And if they haven't been keeping up with the homework, it's going to be overwhelming. So you need to do the homework so you're prepared for that other 90% of your grade there. This is the way colleges, they're not going to ask you for your daily grades, your homework grades. Your professor's not going to hold your hand and ask you to, have you done your homework today? They're not going to do that. They're just going to give you a couple of tests and some quizzes maybe, and that's it. That's your grade. So you need to get used to doing your homework because it's going to affect all the rest of your grade. Okay. This is a rapidly paced class. As you can see, tons of material we're covering right here. So the best advice I can do besides doing your homework, which is partly this here, is stay on top of it. If you have a question, ask me. Don't wait. I really welcome students asking me and interacting with me in class. I really love that, actually. It helps me to know where they stand and what they understand and what they don't understand. And it also, you need to take care of yourself. You need to advocate for yourself. So you need to let me know if you have a question. Ask. Don't let it sit there. Sometimes just asking the question just clears it up on the spot, and then because the material will just keep coming. It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. Okay, so you want to fix whatever is bothering you at the moment. Don't wait. In the past, we've always done this. Students have to memorize formulas for a test or a quiz, and the tests and quizzes were timed. The quizzes were always 20 minutes and the tests were 1 hour before, just so you know, and they had to memorize all the formulas. This part is going to be hard to enforce in this environment right now. So I'm just letting you know, this is college, memorizing. I know it's a bad word right now, but this is what they expect you to do in college. So, we're trying to prep them again, trying to get them going with this so that they're ready for when they get out there in the big world. So this is something I don't think we can enforce right now, but if you know it, you can always try it for yourself. That's what all your other predecessors, students have done in the past. They've had to memorize. And this we've had to relax as well, the 20 minutes and the 60 minutes because of the online environment. I mean, we're not going to, writing with a piece of paper and pencil is a lot faster than sitting there and trying to type it and trying to figure out how do I make a square root sign on the keyboard and a f of x and whatever on the keyboard. It's not so easy. It is cumbersome. So we've had to increase our quiz and tests limit, just so you know. But just so you know what it was in the past, 20 minutes, 1 hour. Here's the grades. Half is tests. 40 for quizzes, and there's that measly little 10%. But guess what? This is the practice that makes perfect. All of this other, again, like when I look at my grade books, the people that don't do well, I can see red marks all over their homework grades. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. And then it shows. It shows on the quizzes and the tests. Okay. Of course, you can make up failing grades for a 70. Right now, I'm being super lenient on this because we're all getting used to this environment. So I haven't been counting anything late up till now. I will inform you if I do. Okay. Usually we're pretty strict about all kinds of things in this class. What else? Tutorials. Right now, in the past, we did flex time last year, which is wonderful. And I usually had tutorials before or after school, or combination of before and after school. Now in this environment, this is what we are giving to everyone. The time right after live class, stay after and ask me your question. Get it done. Figure it out. Okay, if you have any other questions about, whatever grading, what happened to this grade, whatever question you have, just stay afterwards and I can try to help you out. Okay. Right now, not too many people are taking advantage of it, but I'm there. I'm always there after class. And then here's some more info. If you are at the Cedar Ridge High School website, you can go to the directory there, go to the math department, and you'll find my name on there as well. There's a little globe underneath my name, and I would show you that now, but it seems to kick me out of my slideshow, so I can't show it to you. But there's my name is in there, and you can get my website from there as well. If you go to the Cedar Ridge website, you can click down to me. And here's my email once again, and the Cedar Ridge mission statement. So I hope we all live by this. And I would like to thank you for listening to me, and welcome to PreCal, Advanced Tag PreCal, and please contact me if you have any questions or anything you'd like me to know. I'm happy to hear you, and have a great day. Thank you very much.